Is it the 1 minute, 2 minutes praise I gave John Dramani Mahama that has given my brother a 30 minutes conversation?
He says there's no basis for the praises.
On a normal day,
We just finished morning. We started the politics too early.
I usually will not respond much to these. Reason being that I have so much confidence in the intelligence of the person watching me,
Right.
who understands so well the reason why they voted His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. And if any good observer or watcher of politics is aware, within these first 7 months, any attempt by anyone to even run down a government is an exercise in futility. And I've listened to my brother say so many things. The first one that shook my foundation was that they have started doing the Biomia kind of things again.
What is that?
You recall prior to the 2016 elections when Biomia did some presentation, there are a lot of Togolese worth, is it 85,000 or so on our register?
75,000.
And all of that. He was cooking these figures from his bedroom, and then they will leave it there and say, we'll come back with the rest later. It never comes. I think Richard Ahiagba did a similar thing, and this is the same thing my brother is doing. You have 35,000 people who have been laid off. Well, I will say, you see, and I think he needs to understand what the meaning of probation is. When you are employed and you're on probation, within that 6 months, it is indicated there clearly, unless there's not been an appointment you've seen before, it is stated clearly that your employment is probationary for this upon satisfactory performance. And that alone, that clause, is to let you know that if your performance is not satisfactory, or there are other things that you do not meet, conditions you do not meet, it could be terminated.
Including those who have worked from 2018.
And so, please show me any evidence of. You see, it's unfortunate the whole discussion was not about most of the things he raised. Show me any evidence, and I will dare you, even if there's another program here, we can come. Show me 5 people who were laid off, having been employed since 2018, as you have said, so that we'll get that, and we'll come tomorrow's studio again. And you should even know better, because you are a medical doctor. When we talk of our water bodies being compromised or being polluted, etc., the heavy metals that are contained in all of that, which has resulted in deformities in childbirth, etc., you should know that. And you know so well that it doesn't take 7 months to reverse that whole process. It takes minimum of even a decade. What damage you have caused in just a week or in 8 years could even cost 2 decades to actually resolve. Why do we do bioremediation? It is all aimed at making sure that we reverse all the pollutions that have gone on in there. And then he made mention, you see, sometimes if you are not careful, the people who watch know very well what the NDC said and what the MPP said. The NDC never said anywhere that because we're going to introduce the 3-shift system, the 24-hour economy, it meant that we'll even be bringing people from outside to come and work in Ghana. In case you have forgotten, it was John Boydu, your secretary at the time, who said that under President Akufo-Addo's tenure, there are going to be a lot of jobs that they would have to import people, foreigners, to come and work. The NDC and President Mahama is aware of the gross unemployment in this country. That if we have to create jobs, there will be a lot of our people within who needs to be recruited. And we don't need to bring people from outside to actually come and do those jobs. Then, shamefully, you were mentioning Agenda 111. On the backdrop of Agenda 111, President Akufo-Addo was the one who, when COVID struck, he rushed quickly to say he was going to set up 56 hospitals, you recall. Then he gave a timeline of, is it April or June? When the timeline was approaching and he had not even laid a single block, because his vice president at the time did not even know how to lay a block. You recall how he was laying blocks with Duncan Williams and was putting the blocks on each other. And we all did this technical drawing and technical skills in school. So when he realized that he could not meet the timeline, he shifted the 56 to, I think, 88 hospitals. Then they shifted the timeline to December or so. When he noticed that he could not meet the timeline, and even on that entire period, he had not laid a single foundation, he again said then he's now moving to Agenda 111. So when it comes to using sweet words to talk, This is what the MPP has been known for. And you have talked about Agenda 111. How many have you completed? And mind you, completing a hospital is not about building the physical infrastructure. It is about equipping that facility to make it operational. How many have you made operational? To demonstrate your good intention behind that. Then you are now saying that President Mahama has not even touched a single project. He has not touched any. He has abandoned John Mahama's program, President Akufo-Addo's program. Should I list the number of NDC programs that the President Akufo-Addo refused to touch? Even his own national cathedral he promised God, he abandoned it. This is a man who has lost credibility even in the sight of our Creator. And then you want to talk about even religious bodies. Look, I hold a very private position when it comes to these churches. I feel we should go the Rwanda way. To be a man of God, to be this, there must be a certain minimum level of education. Even if you are being spoken to by God, there must be some education. That would enable you know where to say what, when, how, and to who. Because sometimes you may even have a prophecy. You don't need to come and say it. Yours is to pray. There are times when you need to say it. And so I recall, let me give you an example. When I was contesting elections, a gentleman called me. I will not mention his name. If only he's watching, he knows. Then he was preaching to me that he's a man of God and he wants to show me a quantre. That was what he said. I should put a stone in a white handkerchief and keep it in my pocket. That alone, he will be praying and he will connect with me and all of that. There was another gentleman who said he wanted to give me, let me tell you this today, 350,000 at the time. Then I said, okay, thank you. Eventually, when the time was due, he said it's an investment in me and he's bringing a malam from either Mali or Niger. I told him, please, I do not believe in any of those things. No. Politics, NDC, when I was going to contest. So I told him, no, I'm sorry, I don't believe in those things. If there will be such conditionalities, I'm sorry. Somebody said, I'm going to do something for you in the north and somewhere, and he mentioned some names who have also come to, and I told him, no. I believe in nature. Then, when I won the elections, this gentleman called me and said, oh, said Yamika, I said, boss, I never put a single handkerchief, a stone in the handkerchief and put it in my pocket. My victory was purely hard work. God is on the side of all of us. You must now put in that hard work. So you don't want to overly rely on God. That you think God hates NPP and loves NDC. You think God hates Moro and loves me. He loves us equally. He gives us wisdom. How we apply it is what the output will be. And so if we allow people to be, look, are we not fed up with some of these prophecies we hear? Look at the likes of Agrada. So if you think we do not need to streamline some of this, then I am sorry. Because I feel that there's a need for us to really look into it is becoming another enterprise for people who may have not been successful at everything they try their hands on and now feel they should. Have you been able to answer to Ghanaians why President Akufo-Addo failed woefully to even own up or honor the promise he made to God? When he promised God, we were not with him. We didn't even know the church he attended. But he said he has promised God that if you make me win this election, he didn't even say if you help me with these elections. So the first tenure is when you should have finished even building your cathedral. Go to Cote d'Ivoire, Ofobuane. When he wanted to build that, he did it out of his private resource. The name is it Basilic something? Yes.
Basilica.
Yes. You have dug a hole there, insulted the integrity of even the religious leaders and all Ghanaians. Today, what do we have there? Is it a fish pond? Is it for rearing rodents? Whatever it is, you have these demolished buildings. So when it even comes to religion and these matters, the MPP has no moral fortitude to be able to say.
The Basilica of Our Lady of Peace.
You get it. Yeah. And so you see, we also need to look at when they say you have 1,000 presidential staffers.
That's what you're put to that.
It's not what we told the record. Okay. Unless you are not aware, okay. The president submits lists of people who are presidential staff. 900. Okay. The president submitted a list. You're not aware it is submitted.
How many do you have now?
It is submitted.
How many do you have now?
Even if there will be more, how will even encourage President Mahama to even go for more? Let me tell you. Look, I have every reason to believe in the confidence in the delivery of John Dramani Mahama. That even if President Mahama had even 500 ministers, his delivery would have been worth it. With 60 ministers, he is already showing and proving to the Ghanaian that he is ready to do the work. And today you are saying that, he even mentioned that fuel prices have gone up. the dollar amongst e-levy.
D-levy.
You see, the rot that you left behind require a leader who will be very sincere with Ghanaians and approach it head on.
Which rot is that?
You get what I mean? You left a lot of debt behind. What was the public debt?
Which was?
What did the public debt?
How much did you leave in 2016?
No. What public debt? How much did you leave behind as a public debt?
I'll respond to
By
that.
the mere fact that President Mahama has been fiscally disciplined, that alone has saved us over 150 billion in our public debts. That is a leader who understands what it means when we talk of even holding the currency. The president or the vice president doesn't have to go and sit anywhere and say, I have imprisoned or arrested the dollar and given the keys to IGP. Let's stop these clownish characteristics. It has never helped in governance. Governance is a serious business. And you see, the earlier many of you get to realize that the commentary you gave around even your presidential candidate insulted the integrity of the Ghanaian who votes. And if you have failed to see that till date, then I am happy for you because it will mean that you will remain where you are for a very long time. And I will not be one of those who want to be correcting those. That is why I'm saying that I'll be happy with this. Because anybody who is watching and discerning understands that between the NDC and the NDPP, this is different, this is the same, that is similar, this is unmatched. So it won't take me to come out here and be wanting to justify this and do this and all of that. No, I will not. And so I am just surprised that the little 3 minutes praise I give to John Mahama is what has caused you panic to want to go into, look, even the presidential jet, the late, unfortunately we now say the late Dr. Omani Boama of blessed memory, did make us know that the presidential jet had to undergo some maintenance work at some point in time. Did he not do that? And just yesterday, we heard of one of your members of parliament who was trying to take up the new role of what Honorable Ablakwa was doing in the past. And he made a mess of himself with all of that. But there's no need for me to delve into all this. All I want to say, look, even when it comes to these interfaith and ecumenical relations, what Honorable officer, it is just aimed at doing what? To streamline these things.
Okay.
Are you saying that you as a politician, you don't get so many calls from people telling you, I have a vision about you. Tomorrow don't go here. Tomorrow don't wear a black shoe. Tomorrow don't do this. Don't do that. I am sorry. There are some who talk to you and you know that these are just entrepreneurs. And if we do not streamline these things, look, given the leeway for everybody to do whatever, there will be an influx of all these things. And so let us find a way to not think that we must do politics with everything in order to condemn other people.
Okay.
But me, I have never shied away from whatever is political. When the things require political strength, political action, political advocacy, I will talk about it without any shred of doubt or any fear of favor.
Okay.
So whatever needs to be done, let it be done the right way. That is my